Weekly Dama News. It is Sunday, the 23rd of 2022. Thanks for joining me for another round of Weekly Dama News, the source of your kendama enlightenment, maybe to deepen the depths of our kendama love of this wood. Sweets, I think, reposted that lovely little clip about, because yeah, Sweets looks like a young Sweets a bit, where he's just in love with wood, infatuated with wood, and as we all are, wood heads. We're going to be going over some of the things that I've found through the Instagrams, maybe some of the clips, I should say videos, edits I've seen up on YouTube. So excited to have you all here. Join me for this round. As usual, we're doing questions, Q&A. If we get a bunch at the middle of it, then I'll be doing one round there. If not, then we'll just be hanging on to those questions until we get to the end of the episode, and I'll rattle all of them off as much as we can. So what is up? Oh my gosh, Jay Boogs hanging out as usual. What up, what up? Oh, we got Kaito. Just got working done, 32 hours. Holy shit, sleep down. Dude, I would say, get to sleep. You need the rest. Everyone needs rest. Sleep is very important. I've, been pushing off so much sleep many a days. If you gotta sleep, you gotta sleep. Weekly Dama News, I'll always be here, bro. It's gonna be uploaded. Maybe sometimes it takes a few more days, but it's gonna be there for you, dude. We have a good amount of things that I just picked up from scrolling through. But first, I want to say, Kaito, Grain Theory in the chat. When's he gonna be pro? I don't know, but should be pro soon. Any case, Kaito, as well as the High Receipts crew, because, here on Dama News, as well as Dama Nerds, High Receipts, biggest, boldest, maybe not boldest, but biggest team in the house right now. They have not been rivaled by any other crew, possibly because there are just not that many crews around, or not that many crews putting videos together, or not that many crews that have members from so many different big name companies. Okay, again, the quality of tricks, the quality of editing, everything is amazing, the best, some of the greatest stuff you'll see. And they just released a new edit in collaboration with Gloken. Gloken has, of course, such history, rich history, with Tomotsu Kubota being the head CEO, the founder of Gloken, and they were the first ones to really go around and really push kendama as this is a new thing. Everyone in Japan get psyched on it, creating the Kendama World Cup, which not only got everyone in Japan psyched about it, but everyone around the freaking globe excited about it. Okay. So they have a kendama that not many people, talk about so much, the Legasis, okay? This is the Legasis, the one that we hear maybe about, the type of GT collaboration with Legasis, and the main collaboration would be being made in Japan, CNC made in Japan, as well as having that special kind of coating, that paint on there, which is akin to steam coat, right? Akin to Sulab, Friction Clear. I feel like there's another one I'm forgetting right now. Oh, Legacy. Anything that is collabed with Legacy. So we had Soul, we have Grain Theory in the past. I believe those are the only two groups, companies who have done collaborations. But Legacy was the first company to come out with this kind of clear before Sue. So they were there, and they got a new video that's up on YouTube right now. I highly recommend, at the end of the news, because we're here live. If you're here hanging out, let's be interactive. Let us know in the chat. Did you guys see it yet? The High Receipts just had an event yesterday about a Miyajima edit that they released. Sadly, I couldn't go. Weekends are usually, hanging out with the family, and I'm sure anybody who has a family understands that fact. So sadly, I couldn't have gone. But they did just release a gem of an edit that gave me goosebumps. You gotta go to the Gloken's YouTube channel and watch the edit of the High Receipts featuring the new 2022 Legacy shape. Now, it's your classic Japan series with the Legacy, half 50-50, white on top, natty-ish, whatever, clear coat on bottom, red hole, if you will. So nothing really big difference within the Legacy. Probably, bigger cups, enlarged here and there. But the edit, guys, the edit. You gotta go check out, because this shit gave me goosebumps. As I said that already, but I'm serious. Like, Soma, who does the editing, part of the Krom, he took it up a few notches. Not just a few notches, he took it up a shitload of notches. The editing, the cinematography, but really what got me was just the use of music and the visuals that he included when things came in. It really brought me back to the days of watching Ballard's old videos. If you guys don't know, Wenatchee Kendama team, Where We Are, Count Me In, like the holy grails of kendama edits. If you don't know them, I've talked about them plenty of times on Dama Nerds. You gotta go watch those things. You might have to go to Vimeo to watch them too, with like full audio, because I think one of them, what was it? I think only one you can find, Where We Are, is on YouTube, and Count Me In is not, or vice versa. So you might have to go to Vimeo to find it. And if you don't have it, oh shit, I don't know what to do. That needs to be available for public viewing for all kendama players, because again, that's like the Bible, the Grail. You want everyone to see that shit, okay? You guys, oh my gosh. After this, make sure you go to YouTube and watch that edit, because it is so good. So that's the first one, Go check out edits. Go to YouTube and watch edits, because they're still alive. People are still making dope stuff. Okay, going along with cinematography, great visuals. Hey, we got the Nurge. And you are DGE, is that how you say it? Nerd? Yeah, it's gotta be a Nurge. I'm thinking of Nuge, any skateboarders out there, the Nuge? No, this is the Nurge. And Hive Kendamas had just released a few collab posts up on Instagram, and it's really dope stuff, which is all about Nako vibes, filming. And, Hive Kendama, they're a brand that came out focusing not really on kendamas, I think it was like more like kendama accessories towards the beginning, like a pin, right? Very interesting movement, talking about connecting with bees. Hey, there are so many different people within kendama that like so many different things. So it's cool, and you never know what kind of connection kendama will bring you, or what kendama will bring, other things will bring you because you like kendama. Did you get that? I said that kind of weird, kind of backwards and shit. Any case, if you want to know what it was like, beautiful pictures from the Nurge. And if you didn't know, probably you did, because there's plenty of credit that goes to him doing a lot of the product shots for Grain Theory. Not all of them, but he does a few. So really dope to see, really cool aesthetic, really cool look that he has. And, again, kind of like I was just saying with Hive Kendama, bringing a different kind of aspect into playing kendama. You have this dude who is awesome at filming, or I should say taking pictures, still pictures, and putting those two passions together. And that's what it's like really about, guys. Not only with kendama, but like life, trying to figure out what you're good at, what you love, and bringing those two together to just be happy. Because we are all always happy when we play kendama, right? But thinking about how great it could be when you're matching something you love like kendama with another thing you love. We see plenty of people do it with art, painting on tamas, burning, art on there too. Another dope one I would just see, Boston really working with the group around him, Kelvin Wong, to be very precise. They've gotten together and they do a lot of filming, a lot of edits together. It's really cool, really dope. So super awesome to see all of that go down. And again, just connecting with a skill that you have, a passion that you have, and bringing it into kendama, that just match made in heaven, I feel. Now let's roll over to, I think, mostly this week we got products. So before jumping into let's slide through right into it, the products. Sapper, new lace kendamas. Hey, you want kens? Because you have a nice broke in tama, but a really thrashed Ken. You know, I got a thrashed Ken a while back, and went over, and Sue was able to, oh dude, nice. Sue was able to hook me up with a new one, you know, really dope, light. You know, I was rocking this guy for a bit. Actually, this was my car Dama. I had it always in the car, throwing it around, not worried about what's happening to it, and then it finally got thrashed right there. Look how nice and flat that guy is. So Sue hooked it up, brand new, very, very light, you know, old style of the absolute Kens. So really dope to see, really dope in the hand again. Can't wait to have a Tama to put that on, because, you know, I have a bunch of Tamas. If you guys didn't know, I say it here and there, but I really rotate my kendamas like a lot. So almost to the point where it's a negative effect on me, I feel, because maybe my play, it has to change for every setup, right? I don't really hone in a single kendama for like a month or something, unless it's one of those challenges. But then even then, you know, I'll be like, oh shit, no one's I'm not recording, so let me sneak in this one. Always a rotation. So, you know, the lunar balance will be different on all of them. The paint will play different. The spike length is going to be different. The bevel is going to be different. So my tricks are usually just like hanging out, having a good time. So I don't really thrash my kendamas around. So it usually takes me a while before something like this happens, where then I need a new one. But back to the whole point of the story where I was getting to, Sapper Ken Onlys. Sapper Ken Onlys are out there from New Lace Kendama. Exotic woods, you know. The exotic woods are a set of woods that a lot of the companies used to do. You know, we got Purple Heart, we got Rosewood, we got Bamboo, Zebrano, and Maple. Okay, so Maple's like has become the staple of Kendama woods. Purple Heart was one there as well, and people have been bringing Bamboo back. It kind of like took a little backseat for a few years, but it's making its way back. And you know, what's one I don't see here? Walnut. Walnut's a great one, but it is very light. So if you want a light Ken, maybe people, you know, talk more highly about the Bamboos, because yeah, structurally, it definitely holds up a lot better. I've had a few, maybe two. I've seen plenty of people talk about Kens that have lost their spike to the rest of the sword itself because of being pushed down, pushing the cups down too much. The Sarado, if you have a walnut. I feel like, yeah, it does happen. So there's a little break right there. The walnut curse. You know, the curse, really X-Large, the curse is how beautiful it is. For me, I fucking loved it. So nice. The curse is how beautiful it is, how light it is, because I'm one that actually, I started off liking heavy Damas, but the light ones, you know, they just are so much easier to balance because they're so light. So that's really, really cool. The curse is not finding a light Tama to match up with the Ken, as well as, yeah, the curse of it possibly breaking because you're smashing those cups down. But hey, Sapper Kens up right now. Go check them out. The exotic woods are up. And another, just Ken only. Hey, you want more stuff? Cools? Analog kendamas have a sale going on right now for Ken only options. So go check it out. New Ken release plus. So, okay, they're not only releasing new Ken plus, fall sale is now live on the site. Okay, so I'm not sure. So maybe it's not a sale for the Kens. But hey, they got new Kens, looks like. Always a sucker for, you know, splicing up, switching up the woods on there in any way. In this case, it's really cool. One design, you know, I've seen this happen before from Jack Kendama, and that's one company that you don't see. Not many of the kendamas make its way to Japan. At the beginning, it was difficult for them to get an international kind of web store open, so they were only available in the US. But now it's open. If anyone was interested in Jack kendamas made by Nobu 430, the MC, creator of Catch and Flow, and just MC of Kendama World Cup. Catch and Flow, shit's coming up. So there you go. If you want Ken only options, there's your two that are happening right now I'm sure there's plenty of other companies that have it, but these are the ones that are popping up in the feed recently. So that means, hey, news. Here we go. Another thing that's out. Rad Kendamas releasing radars. Hey, I mean, I guess, Sweets moved over to Sweet Starters, so roll with it. Oh no, trackers. Radars or Sweets. Trackers. I guess, okay, never mind. Scratch that lame joke. Trackers coming soon. Really cool. And it looks like, a lot of people are talking about paints, different in-house paints, what's special, what makes them, their brand stick out, or their Damas stick out from the rest. And Rad Kendamas is on that boat, as well as, just looking at evolution of Kendamas. Tamas used to be solid colors, and we didn't know anything else. All we saw was a solid, and we're like, all right, cool, got a solid color Tama. Our only trick was to get a light color so you can track and see the hole better. But no one in the companies who were creating kendamas, or usually at that time was just like, Ozoras. Even the smaller companies back in the day, when they first started, weren't really thinking about tracking too much. Kendama USA, when they were breaking out with the Tribute, they had that, the stripe in there. There were a few other companies that had the stripe, but no one was really like, hey, this is something that is helping everyone's play, that is helping. And I kind of believe that the people who created who created kendamas at the beginning, we're just like, okay, just paint shit. Like, that's it. Maybe it's like a technicality where they didn't know or they couldn't paint in different ways. But I also feel like they were creators of kendamas, not necessarily kendama players, right? Of course, they played kendama, but they're like, whatever. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it wasn't broken. We could track. We could see stuff. But there was a time where people were like, hey, let's look at tracking. Let's focus on tracking, how you can see the ball turn easier, or you can just follow where the hole is at. Not with just designs, but it started off with like doing simple, like the 3. That became a big thing, but there was not much else to it. Now they're adding a lot more, focusing on like a bullseye, as Krom's, the original Slay Dogs, have made that term, that scope, not bullseye, the scope on that bad boy, and it just really, really evolved. So I feel like that's, the thing that a lot of companies are going to be looking at. And if you're a company trying to get in the market, definitely have to think about your tracking. That is a huge selling point, and it is a massive thing that everyone's going to be looking at. Hey, let's roll over to active kendamas. Yo, Liho, get excited about his Halloween mod. But last week we were talking about Kusa having their Halloween costume contest out there. Now we got an actual Halloween kendama. If you are a Pokemon fan and a fan of Liho and a fan of Halloween, this is your Dama to get. But as we just were talking about the Walnut Curse, everyone has their own feelings about it. Love-hate relationship. But this guy, this special active kendama Liho mod, legend mod, of getting excited with the Pokemon character, is in Walnut. But you know what? Who cares? Shit glows. Okay, Rad kendama make shit that glows. I don't know why. Does Rad have something like this? Shit glows. Hold on. Come on. Let's get to it. Come on. Video. Are you going to stop right there? Lame. Shit glows. And it looks like a freaking pumpkin, Halloween, jack-o'-lantern. Guess what? Boo and shit, okay? That's another one. So go support Liho. If you guys don't know Liho, you guys, again, go to YouTube. You got to check out the Glowken YouTube channel with the high receipts, or featuring the Legacy, the new 2022. And then go and type in Liho Chung and look at when it was posted, what year, and think about where you were in your kendama career. And think about the tricks that were coming out. Think about the size of the kendamas that were being played and the technical difficulty of his tricks because he was Sling Master in my mind. Sling Master. Ridiculously great. So anyways, Liho, doing some cool things. You got some funky posts here and there nowadays. Magic and shit. It's cool. Hey, going back to the Ken only option, because I forgot about this one. Kusa releasing their jet shape crafts. And I forgot who it was. Maybe it was someone in here who let me know that the crafts compared to the China-made jets, the difference was the 3 lines on the sword right there. So when you're jamming, you know who dropped top dollar for a well handcrafted, hand CC, hand-picked, looking into a lot of the detail of the wood as it's being made. So you're going to get really high quality of these yellow birch and hard maple. So, hold on. Hard maple might be a dumb question, but is other maple soft? Now, I have a few kendamas that have gotten soft. Like this guy, okay? Old, I believe. What do you think that is? Kusa? No. Sulab released a half and half. It's classic half and half right there. But these guys, I feel like maples like get soft, right? In a weird kind of way. The cups, they soften out. It's just a really different feel. I'm one that was like big into like Zebrano, so that type of hardwood had a more rigid feel to it, even if it like broke. Where here, it feels like shit gets like almost soft, where like cups kind of, it could be, a shape as well. But cups almost like dig in. You guys see that like little ridge right here? Like an extra ridge to the crater within that shit. You might be thinking I'm crazy, but soft maple? Cruz is talking about hard maple. It's hard, or it gets you hard. Wanky. Yellow birch, hard maple. I mean, all birch. Birch is dope. Everyone's been forgetting about how dope birch is, I think. Or it's just not really like chosen as a wood for some reason. I'm not sure. Maybe it's expensive. You don't know. But hey, if you didn't get that post, you didn't see it, here are the fine features of the Craft Jet Shape. Flat, sharp cup edges, thicker sarado for balance, thicker sarado for balance. Hey, you want a little Japanese lesson? It's not sarado, it's sarado. But you might be sounding like a weirdo when you're in the US saying it like that. So whatever, cool. I'm just saying. Cups cut in for better stalls and slings down there. I'm not sure how much it's going to help for the slings. Like, I guess the angle of the sarado, this swoop part right here, that was going to really matter for your slings, right? But that one little like hook right there, I'm not sure how much that's going to have effect. This guy don't got it. I can sling on that. You can sling. Boosted cups. Wider stall points. Okay, cool. Wider rounded ring stall. There you go. You haven't tried it. So you can get the high-end version if you are a real Kusa head. Because they're probably going to be, they are really going to be dope. Anything that is handcrafted, hand-picked, there's a lot of care and thought that goes into picking the woods and making sure that they match up together very well, which are things you're not going to get with the China-made stuff, with the Hondoi stuff, which is fine, totally fine. That's why you get the difference in the price tag, okay? That's all I'm saying. Next over, hey, Roland, talking about, craft-made stuff. Also, another kendama made at the craft shop. Cappuccinos are in. When you guys thought that you paid enough money to the amazing people at Grain Theory, they just hit you with another one. Now, I'm not sure if these are in Ken-only options, actually. Now, that was one thing that when I looked at the website was it just last week? Shit! When they had the espressos drop with a nice half and half black on top, you had the option of getting Ken-only. Here, the cappuccinos are back. Dope shape. People are talking about, of course, the shapes, Ben Harold, Teodoro Fiorina shapes, highly praised. But I was going to say, people were talking about the cappuccino shape coming back. Or is it mocha? cappuccino shape, cappuccino mocha colorway. An infamous GT cappuccino is back. Is this, which one was the mocha? Hold on. Well, anyways, I was gonna say the Two Bears was definitely my Spectraply choice. That was the one I always wanted to get my hands on. The really interesting set of like brown, red, and like green was in there too, and like a blue or some shit. Add 4. Usually Spectraplies will go with 3 colors to have a nice look to it. But you got the 4 there every once in a while. The Iron Netter had the 4 as well. Really, really cool to see. But in any case, I'm not sure if these come in Ken only options, but I really, really like the classy look of the Tama. As well as we're talking about photography before. Come on, Ween's master at this shit. Come on. Okay. Yeah. All right. We see. We understand. Cappuccino. Okay. Cool. Oh, funny. You know, the cappuccino, same color with the Tama. Okay. Makes sense. Bam. Just put the Tama on the side and let's focus on the theme of the kendama and let everyone know how important it is. It really hits home to the people who really like coffee and just enjoy the aesthetic that GT has. Super great stuff. And again, yeah, that's because I mean, it almost looks like a natty with that creamy ass Tama color on top. It is cool, but it can chip. Yes, it can. You know what? All kendamas can chip, and yes, the Spectraplies have a more higher chance of chipping, but we don't care. We still want the beauty of the wood, because we're woodheads, you know? We don't care. As long as you can pick that chip back up, super glue that shit right on there. Bam! One of my Spectraplies, I think I talked about it before, that shit fell apart. And in the worst way possible, where I wasn't even doing a trick. I was just like talking to the void and like just holding it half-assed because it just dropped out of my hand. And pew, there goes one of the, I think on the big cup, this guy was just, came right off. Hey, it was sad. I was crying for a little bit, but Sue came there. It was at an event. Bam, got his glue on. Oh, wow. Push that shit back together. Because you can't even tell. As long as you got the piece, glue it back on. You're good to go. So it might be a problem with the TO ring stall area, right? Because that's a really, really harsh cut right there. So it could be more of a thing right on that point, as well as the base cup, you know? You just got to figure out, again, we all have so many fucking kendamas. Look at this shit. We don't need that many. I know I don't. Boogs, got one. Scoops, got that. That's the most expensive cup of coffee you're ever gonna get. Well, not ever gonna get. Possibly have gotten, you know. But you figure out, okay, this one's gonna chip. So be careful, be cautious about it. Thoughtful. This is the one I'm gonna be playing inside. This is the one I'm gonna be doing like just for like the nice tricks inside the house or over the carpet or in a safe area. You know, I wouldn't even take it over grass because shit gets like grass stains on it. Also, maybe I shouldn't do taps on this. Why? Because it's Spectraply. Maybe I shouldn't do so many instas. Why? Because it's Spectraply and you want to like really keep that shit intact, because one of the reasons of these Spectraplies as well as the grain theories, high end, at the very beginning, you know, their first shits were Spectraplies. I think they had like, I don't know if the GT1 came in beach at the very beginning. There was runs of beaches. There's a few beaches out there. It's one that you got, and GT came out of the gates saying we are not a kid's toy. We're not going to have kids' toy price tag. We're not going to be selling just kids' toys. Shit's to the next level. And I'm sure everyone who appreciates GT and what they do, and especially these high-end Spectraplies, all the pro mods, they understand that fact. If you want a hardwood, you're just going to have to wait. If you like the shape, want a hardwood, you can either wait or you can pick up the Hyundai China-made for half the price. and still get the feeling of what the shape is at least like. Not the honedest of the shape, but still pretty fucking close. It's a shelf Dama. J-Boog says, I play only once a week and have my son dust it as a chore. It's a new thing. Dama dads, you know, our dads telling us to take out the trash, walk the dog, mow the lawn. As Dama dads, yo, dust off the collection every week. She gets dusty, all right? That's one topic for for Jake and Matt to talk about. Next product, we went deep on that one. Next product, scarce kendama, spooky. I think one of one made Cyclops. What do they call it? Alien Cyclops design. 62 millimeter maple tama. Now I bring this up because it's already sold, because there's only one. And I'm bringing this up because it has an interesting way of selling. They put it up as an auction. There's been a few companies who've done it in the past, and it's really interesting to see just how people go for it, okay? So you were allowed to bid in the comments. You bid at increments of $10. They'll tag the last highest bidder in your bid. Current highest bid will be pinned. Different ways to pay, minimum of $50. So if at least 5 people or more people don't bid on it, then who knows what's going to happen. But it ended. Somebody, how many, where are the comments? How many people bid on it? It went up for $100. So 10 people, $100. Depending, you know, it had to go at least at increments of 10, maybe? Oh, must be increments of 10. Okay. So somebody couldn't just come in and just be like, $100, and it'd be like the third person. But it got up to $100. Now let's think about expensive kendamas. People being like, I don't know, this is kind of expensive. You know, the one that made the most commotion was the Parks shape from Seoul and Kusa collab Dama. It was like, what, $110? And yes, it was just for the Ken. Tama was nothing. So does that mean that the Ken is something, as well as, you know, at the beginning we were talking about all these Ken only options. Here Scarce is doing a lot in the art game and in the Tama design game. So they're focusing definitely on Tama only designs. And we talk about, you know, people honing in Tamas. You hear the Gallaghers plenty of times be like, oh man, you know, this is my 7th Ken on this Tama, because the Tama is where it's at. That's not the Holy Grail. That's where the fame and fortune is. In the nice broken in, beaten in Tama. Good bevel, good paint. Not egged yet, hopefully not. But if we're looking and thinking about that Kusa Seoul collab that dropped at $110, I think it was $110. Let me know if I'm wrong. $110, and you're pretty much, of course, you're getting the Tama too, which would probably be like what, like $30. The Ken, which was the main part of it was the Ken. You know, it was also craft CNC made. So does that mean we're okay for paying for high-end Tamas more than Kens? Should companies be focusing more on creating maybe exclusive, different design, painted, different styles of paint, Tama only options, and raise the price of those, because those have a longer life in our kendama world compared to the Kens, which come and go, you know? It's like skateboard. You buy the board and you want to use that for a while, but hey, maybe the bearings go and you got to switch them shits out, you know? For us, we don't have so many components and a lot of them aren't moving except that one bearing that sometimes I get a shit one. If anyone else have a shit bearing, feels like it doesn't spin at all. I'm like, what the? Need like a mini ass DW40? Like, psst. So just an interesting thing I thought where the game could possibly be focused on, Tama designs, tracking, paints. Of course, the Kens right now are coming back into the forefront of the whole idea of what is going to make it us better players. I mean, it's practice pretty much. If you guys didn't know, it's practice. Because it doesn't matter what kind of Ken you got or you're giving to somebody, they'll be able to slay if they can slay. But thinking about, just Tamas, designs, paints, more exclusive. And here you go, Spooky sold a single Tama for $100. And, there is a way where you can be like, all right, this is normal because, Scarce Kendama is hand painting all of their Tamas. They got a special kind of clear that they got rolling on. So is this something, hey, if you're out there thinking about making your own Tamas, maybe you might have something. Scarce is doing that. You have to bring something unique to the game. That's the big one. You can't just be thinking about Star Wars designs and putting them on Tamas and putting them out on the monster webs, hoping that Star Wars fans are going to buy them when it's just like, oh, it's just a rubber or sticky paint. Like, okay, this one's hitting differently and proves because somebody bought it for $100. A Tama. Every clear coat on a Tama lasts only 1 week. We hear from the comments, what kind of clear coat are you using? Like a normal, like a hand done clear coat? Okay, well then they haven't done enough, R&D to make sure that works. Because there's been plenty of times, I'm back in the day when Sue was painting his own Tamas. I've had plenty of Tamas that he's like, okay, cool, check this one out, check this one out. And yeah, like you said, depending on the play, that shit would be coming off in the while, depending on what kind of coat, what kind of glue he was putting into the paint and the spray and stuff. Some of that shit would just fall off real easy. Some of it would peel off like you got like a sunburn and you fucking peeling that shit off just like that. So you got to watch out for some of that. And that's another thing to think about. Scarce, if you weren't a player, you don't have any of their stuff beforehand, dropping $100 or looking at this is I don't know. But of course, I'm definitely sure this is someone who is down with their stuff and knows their stuff. J-Book coming in, to be honest, I don't know. Kens matter more with specific Tamas. Size-wise, they could be, but you could take it the Ween's way and just be like, it's a kendama, I'll play it. It's a Ken, I'll play it. It's a Tama, I'll play it. If you had no other choice, you only had one Tama, one Ken to play, you were on an island, you would sesh the shit out of this mini. Because that's all you got. That's what it comes down to. You want to play? We'll play. Okay, what's another products? Okay, you're talking about designs and shit? Kendama Europe, what's going on? They've been releasing a grip of new designs called the New Record Plus? This is a new one that just 3 days ago came out. Got some paisley designs on it. Was like red, white, and blue kind of look. Is that kind of ish? Yeah, in a weird way. But the design is, I think, just way too intricate, way too small. And this is another thing where if you're going into someone who is designing designing a Tama, you gotta watch out with the sizing, because if you look at the rest of Kendama Europe's recent catch the flow, not catch and flow, which, come on guys, that's way too close. Catch the flow. I understand what you're trying to say, but I probably wouldn't have rolled with it. They got this thing that looks like Fruity Pebbles. This is probably the most normal one for my eyes, at least. Some stars in the sky, an aloha. God, everything's just wrapped around, and it's You can't even tell what it is until you hold it. Look, it says catch the flow. I don't know. Not a fan, but that's totally fine because you don't have to like everything. That's why kendama is dope like music. There's so many different stuffs out there that you can, I said stuffs. You can choose what you want. This one's not bad. The pattern, the blue on there is significantly covering the tama, so it's not, here, okay, weird squiggly lines, but all pretty much almost uniformed in color. Nothing too wacky. Oh, another, I don't even. Kid picks confetti. Now, I'm not talking trash, because there's plenty of people who are out there who would probably look at this and be like, that is a dope-ass tama. I love that design. As well as the people who put their work into this probably enjoy it. But, maybe it's going to be different in the feel, in the hand, when it's right in your face when you're playing with it. But it looks a little, almost too much, too loud, too much stuff happening in this picture, which could turn someone off from a sale. But hey, there you go. Kendama Europe releasing stuff. Catch the flow. Not a name I would have gone with. But I mean, they're not stepping on anyone's toes, so you do what you want. So that's another one that's out. And I think that's it for, oh no, last one. Slump Ghost, probably the best one to date that I think of their parody tees coming out. Slump Ghost. Keep on Huckin'. Classic. Keep on trucking from the 70s. Bumper stickers, I think they should have bumper stickers. Oh no, they got like sweaters, hoodies, tees. They should have a bumper sticker. I bet the bumper sticker would sell a lot more than tees. Just an idea. Keep on hugging. It fits perfectly. When the parody fits so well like that, it's gold. All right, so that's it for product. Let's move over to art quickly. Yeah, there's only one post. One post that I found that was like interesting art. Fat Fox and Moon. Coming out of Thailand. Hand carving sculptures. Here's a cute ass little sculpture of a little kid playing kendama. Not only is they playing kendama, but check it out. Ball actually moves and you can, come on. And you can set it in for Spike. That means you could set it in for Little Bird too. Bam. Look at that. The energy, the passion. First Spike captured in a little, I actually don't know how big it is. This might be, how big is it? How tiny is it? I'm not sure. Height, 21 centimeters. So for all of the Euro gangs, as well as everyone in Canada, you guys know what I'm talking about. If you're from the States, I don't know, 21 centimeters. Put it in the Googles. Pine wood, acrylic in color. Prices 20,000 Thai baht, and it does not include shipping and PayPal charges. Who knows? One day ago, nobody said nothing. Possibly. Doesn't say that it's sold in the comments or nothing. But really dope. Again, looking at something you love, art, looking at another thing you love, kendama, putting the two together, and you come out with something pretty unique. This is a good one for the collector. Really, really cool. Okay, now into the news. I mean, we've always been in the news. You guys here? News? Coffee? It's nighttime over here. I'm getting ready to go to bed after this shit. Krom is a hit going in, making another collab happen. Talking about zoomies. Oh, zoomies! That shit went down. Krom, zoomies, collab. Had to have happened. I missed the live stream, but I saw the announcement of Bond's Atron going on the Zoomies Discord live, talking about things that are going to happen within those two companies and collab. What, I have no idea. I didn't catch it. Nothing was specifically mentioned on their Instagram. Besides that, Bonds was going to be doing a live stream talking more about kendama, bringing kendama to the masses in a different way. Krom's doing it. But now, connecting with doing a partner collab, I guess you could say, post Krom and the Skags, former Kusa. What's happening in Pittsburgh? Something happening. That's Skags' stomping grounds, November 20th next month. Stay tuned. Krom, kendama, Benny Ferrio's, which is a pizza place, because if you look at the handles and you click on that shit, you can see it's a pizza place. And the other one, Nevermind's World, which is an artist. Again, another thing I really like about Krom, giving other people the chance to create something, giving artists a canvas. Do something to it. Make designs. Here's some things you got to watch out for, tracking, etc. It happened well with the Jody mods, Jody. And they are continuing to do it in the art series. And it's really cool. It always hit me because it was specifically titled within the Sweets, old Sweets website and web shop, where they had like artist collection. And you would click on it, expecting to see many artists, and all you see was Luzumaki. Where are the other ones? I don't see them. Krom's doing it. And it's like, it just reminds me of Walt Disney and why Walt Disney was so great. He wasn't a great illustrator. He wasn't the best animator. But what he did was, he knew how to round up the best people and have them work for him. So in turn, you have the best working with the best, creating something, then that thing that they created is, guess what? The best. So it's really dope to see how Krom is embracing the artists, and letting them have a try, as well as it gives them a chance to just like sit back and relax on designs. Give it to an actual artist who has a vision, who could do something fun for them too, and create something. And there you go. Classic idea, ball and chain. I have an illustration of this back from like 2015 or some shit, an idea like that, because I'm sure everyone has. I even saw a real one at the Vibes art exhibition. Hold on, I gotta show you guys this shit. It is so dope. There it is. Okay, so this was an art gallery organized by Togo-san, head honcho of Ken Hall, best kendama accessories you didn't know existed. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go on YouTube, kendertainment, type in kendama accessories, you'll find the video explaining all about that. But he's a graphic designer, so he loves art and shit. So he made this competition, did a gallery. It was really dope. I took part into it. I have a piece in here as well. So this is just a little art book about the gallery and all the things that went down. There's my piece right there. Oh yeah, a wet bev. But the one that I'm talking about, because we're talking about this chain and bowl kendama that everyone had the idea for, but no one's actually done it. Have they? Yes, they have. Right there, the Morning Star. The Morgan Stern. So dope. The spike is actually a spike. Oh, I wish it could focus better. It's such a cool Tama. Such a cool Ken. Everything was done so well. And I think it was like, whoever did it was a crafter of like movies, like makes props and shit. That's why it comes out so good. And look at the fucking box. You kidding me? It's lined velvet. It looks so cool. So cool. Any case, who knows what we're going to see with the Krom on the 20th of November. Here's another one coming in. Hot. Dama to the death. The death of Dama to the death is coming up. Because if you didn't know, Dama to the Death 5 takes place November 11th and 12th in Orlando, Florida. If you're on that panhandle, get over there or close to it. Keep your distance, but also get in on it for this event because it's going to be the last one. Not sure exactly why they are discontinuing this event because it seemed to be like little by little growing by Honed Media, aka Skilderness for all the old heads who remember, and it's going to be their last. They say it's been growing, and becoming a bigger event down in the southern states, East Coast stateside, but sad to see it go. So you better make it out November 11th and 12th, 2 days, Orlando, Florida. Get shit burnt. Go in. Figure out. Craft? Non? Hundui? Who's it going to be? Other ones. Hey. Last bit of news. Okay, quickly. It went down. Sweets Kendama, Sweet Starter Pack. All 6, what are there, 6 Tamas? Kendamas that went out. This one person went in First Break Friday challenge and send help. That's the handle. Absolutely delivered, it says, and got 56 people started on their kendama journey. Now, if you remember last week, I was talking about how, like, you know, you don't want to be like, you know, keep that kentegrity and don't do it with people who, like, know about kendama, like, know who you are. Like, you have a gang of friends who are like, oh, annoying MJ with the fucking kendama around his neck again. Yeah, we know. It's cool, but I don't care anymore, right? But they're like, oh, if you gave it to me, yeah, I could do it, sure. But here, I mean, there's a grip of people who look like it was their first ones, and there's a grip of people who look a little, as we say in Japanese, a little ayashi, a little shifty. I mean, those kids doing it all, come on, not standing? And you see some of the people do it while they're standing, and you use those knees, like some of them, oh no, most of them don't have knees right now, come on. I saw one dude who's like all knees, and I was like, damn, that guy knows how to play the kendama. Any case. Congrats. Anyways, because maybe nobody got to that. That number is ridiculous. 56 people spiking in one day. I just got one person to spike today. Or maybe 2. 3. 4. I got 4 spikes today. Had a little event. It was good. So congrats. I thought, yes. Did you guys know? 365? There you go. Here it is, J-Bugs. Shred one. 365. This week. I promise you, this week. 365 Dama Nerds episodes going out. Be on the lookout. Shredwin is in it. We recorded the episode before Shredwin was announced, so there was no talk about him. And actually, I totally dropped the ball, the Tama. I dropped the Tama on asking about teams. We went in deep. Over 3 hours. We were getting tired. People were getting really drunk. But I forgot to ask about teams because that was one thing that was not announced at all in any way with 365. But here you go, your first 365 player, Shredwin. Shredwin could possibly be the first kendama player that has smooched around as much as he did. I'm talking about companies. Stepping into it with you with it. Saying peace, jumping over the Krom. Having a good time there. Then say, Krom, it was good while it lasted. Shaking hands, going over to 365. It's interesting stuff to see. This week, again, I have so much shit on my plate. I got a bunch of YouTube videos that need to go out on another YouTube channel that I do. So that's been a hard grind right now, and have the 365 Dama Nerds on the second burner. It's rolling. This week. Okay. And let's contest going down. Okay, we're almost done, guys. So you got a question, drop it in the question tool. Most original trick challenge. Kendamas has always been releasing these interesting challenges through Instagram. Make a post. Hashtag, here's what you got to do this time. It is most original trick challenge. Results will come out October 30th. That means, hey, guess what? Your deadline is October 30th. Rules. Film a trick or a combo line. Use imagination. Use extra tools. Whatever. Be creative. Now, who's that dude who did the spliced Kens, like who that would like fall apart and like the almost like weird deconstruction kind of, you know what I'm talking about? I think he's on the Lotus team. Shit, I forgot his name right now. And his handle, I think it's like numbers, like 3 something something. You guys know what I'm talking about. Really interesting stuff. So just be creative. You got to go out there, get on a limb, ask your grandma to help execute the trick, or teach first spikes to random people out on the street in some original way. It all counts. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be a specific trick. Ian Tulloch, Boston, coming in with straight information. Thank you, dude. Everyone who submits an entry will be eligible for a random giveaway prize draw on Halloween Eve. You can post more than one entry. Guys, I feel, is it just me? Is it because are they from Russia? I believe they're from Russia. Is it because they're from Russia? No, they're not. I said that before, and I was wrong, I believe. They're from Latvia, okay? Latvia. Watch out, MJ. I feel like people have been sleeping on a lot of the kendamas because they also have a clear that is very interesting, very, very nice kind of rubber clear. I've heard. I haven't played one, but I've heard. N2 Ken guy. Yeah, that's what it is here. Everyone bringing it in. Thank you so much, guys. Sharing the knowledge, sharing the love. But here you go. They have a lot of contests that have been going on, and not only can you enter multiple times, which usually doesn't happen, but there's also a random just pick up winner who's going to get something. Just be creative. I don't know. Do a spike in the like. See, some people say best clear in the chat. Hey, who knows? So that's a contest that everyone should be jumping on. And that is all the news for this week that I picked up. We're going to be finishing up right before the questions. Clip of the week goes to Yasu. You might be thinking, is he going to do a kendama trick? He's holding a kendama. Yeah, okay, he is. Okay, quad tap with a double extra flip and fucking down spikeage. Because he's like master of down spikes, this little bro. My point is, though, you guys see it? Do I gotta hold it closer? Future easy. Right here. There have been plenty of people out there, copycats, doppelgangers of Easy style, of Dave style, and none of them really hit. You could kind of feel like, I see what you're trying to do. It's cool. But it's too much of a copy. You gotta really, plagiarism is hard. I could see it. You want to really throw in your own flavor to create your. I want to say you and your at the same time. To create you and your play. Yasu's doing it. He's just getting into it. There's been other people who've been like, yeah, I'm like some sort of like beat dance type of shit with the kendama. Now, granted, he was dancing and then he stopped to play kendama. Okay? But you just gotta wait for it. You gotta let that shit simmer. Put it in the oven. Cook for a bit. You got this ingredient, you got that ingredient. They're fucking really good. You gotta boil them up together. So many different ways of cooking right now. And see what that shit comes out to be. I'm telling you. Young Yasu. Lil Yas. He's the future. That's the clip of the week. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out, doing questions right now. Here we go. From J Books. So, why did you get Skippy and not Jif? You didn't follow my personal account. I usually just post like kendama stuff, but other things too. Yeah, in Japan, it's hard to get American peanut butter. There's Japanese stuff. It's not that good. And then there's the norm Japanese peanut butter is like is a peanut butter like whip. So it's really fluffy. Like, it is good, but it's filled with tons of sugar. Very light in color, but that doesn't really matter. It's just like way too sweet. It's not like normal peanut butter. So I'm like, I want normal peanut butter. You can find some stuff, but they're the tiniest, like, I don't know how much that is, like 500 grams or some shit for like $5, $6. It's tiny, tiny little thing. I eat that in like 3 days. It's gone. So I went and I you know, got to just go on Amazon because I got everything, and I picked up some big ones. And yes, Skippy, because that's my only option here in Japan. Whoever is importing peanut butter from the US, there's no Jif, it's Skippy, as well as, I don't know if I really had a preference, like Peter Pan, like I don't fucking know. Right now, I'll take what I can get. That's it. Skippies. And not crunchy, smooth. Because for some reason, I can find plenty of Skippy stuff in Japan, but it's all crunchy. Mostly, like 80% of the time, if I find it, it's going to be crunchy. I don't want super crunchy. I don't want that. It's good at times, but most of the time, I don't want it. Totally not about kendama, but you asked it, I'll answer it. Next question, it's the last one. From Mihavidensek. Sorry, dude. Sarado is sarado in Japanese. Okay? Sarado is sarado in Japanese. Now, I read that right well. What is kendama in Japanese? Are we saying it right? Kendama is, yeah, kendama. 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 I guess there's a lot of like points of accent or what's the term for it? I forgot what it's called. Where your pitch accent. That's what it is. So like, yeah, like we were talking about, like sarado is actually sarado. Point right there. So the pitch accent for kendama, I think, is kendama. It's down. So if in English it's kendama, yeah, it's not kendama. It's kendama. It starts flat and then drops down. Kendama. There you have it. But it's not such a bit of a big difference, I feel, compared to sarado and sarado. Or if we're going to be talking, going back to the old days of mugens and mugens, you know? That's a big difference. That's a huge difference right there. But you asked and I answered. So that's what I'm here for, as well as all the news. There you go. Thanks for hanging out with me, everyone, for Weekly Dama News. I'm here every week talking about the news, the roundup, just chit-chatting, opening our minds up for a little more of a deep dive into this wooden ball and cup that we all love, strengthening the bonds. Weekly Dama News. These will all be going up later on this week. This episode will be going up later on this week as a podcast. So wherever you find your podcast, search Weekly Dama News. You'll find it. It's up on YouTube as well. We have our own channel that I just started. So there's only like 15 subscribers. So jump on that, subscribe, leave comments, make that shit, active. So the algorithm shows it to other people who might be interested in it. Likes and all that shit. Again, Weekly Dama News is the name of that channel, so help me out tremendously. If you want to go to the deep, you true nerd, you can help me out on Patreon. Support everything that I'm doing, from Dama Nerds to these Kendertainment, the Weekly Dama News, to all the other types of videos that I'm trying to put out. It's the best, and for everyone who does support me, I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It really helps out because I'm trying to create this to be a bigger, more of a movement that we can all enjoy. And again, just like Yasi with his dancing and his kendamas. Okay? Thanks again for hanging out. You've all been awesome. Catch you next week for another round of Weekly Dama News. Keep it clean.